Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. We are looking at Spider by L.C.Winter. Look at that beautiful pink. I bought this in a lovely little bookshop in Carlisle when I was out with Hannah. This is another book that I'm reviewing in this section of videos. So essentially you've got your main lass, Nancy Ratcliffe. She's basically on the run from a cult. She escapes a cult and she's on the run, and then you've got a mistress of a house called Spider, who refers to herself as Spider because she's lost who she originally is, and so she now sees herself as Spider. And so she's doing that, and she's like, you know, living in this house, and she is also after the cult leader, and she's sort of like having a look, and she's living a life, and then she realizes the cult leader is back in town. So then she's like, oh, okay, right, this is my life's purpose. And so she's then observing the house and then sees Nancy run out. Now, Nancy has a little sister, and her dad are still in the cult. And so she's trying to find a way to get them out, but also not be captured again. And there's a little bit of like supernatural elements in it. Like there's a little bit of sort of like telekinesis and stuff. But this book was so good. But it was one of those annoying ones, because if you know what I mean, because I've done books like this in the past, right? But one of the annoying ones, because it was so easy. So like Spider gets locked up in an asylum by her uncle, because her uncle is the considered, you know, in charge of her and everything. And he's like, she needs to be. And it's like, because of the time period that it's set in like Victorian England, I don't know if it's England, but it's Victorian times, you kind of sat there going, women have no rights. They can't do anything. They're not allowed to do anything. Like, and it's so frustrating, and it gets to me at times when I'm reading it, and she'll say something and I'm like, oh yeah, oh, feminine rage in me. The feminine rage is burning up. So there were points when I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to put this down because I really want to hit something, and I'd have to, like, with this one, I will admit I had to start reading it when like I was away from Michael, because I was like, if I read this next to my husband, he's gonna say something. And it's not going to be anything bad, but I'm just going to want to hit him because he's a man. But I will say, like, it wasn't preachy. It wasn't, you know, anything other than just, they didn't use the sort of like inequality of the men and the women as the whole plot. It was just a way to be like, this is how we get our characters to where they need to be, and this is why they're doing what they're doing. And I loved that, because I feel like sometimes it can get, like, sometimes if you're reading something that's very preachy and going, oh yeah, you know, men suck and women are better and everything, I'm sort of like, men don't suck. You know, maybe they're just not great in this. So I will admit, at least it didn't take me fully out of the story, because it wasn't 100% sort of like men hating. But my God, it was a good read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I couldn't put it down. And when you get to sort of like the conclusion, everybody gets what they deserve and everybody ends up where they deserve. And I'm just left being like, yes. And it was because again, as you know from past episodes, endings are always a problem for me. If it does not end well and it leaves you going, but what about blah, blah, blah? What about this? What about that? That's not a good book, unless it's a sequel, like unless they're setting up for a sequel, fine. But so it ended well, it concluded well, and I liked where it went with all the characters. And I liked that the characters got what it was that they deserved. So I was happy with that. So I would definitely recommend it. I would say get it. I don't know if it's out in paperback yet, because I literally just bought this. And I think this is a debut author as well. If it is, it'll be in the tagline for the video. But, you know, I only just bought it this year, so I don't know if it's out in paperback yet. But if it's in Kindle, library, however you want to do audiobook, you know, just let me know below in the comments what you think. And thank you so much for your continued support. I remember to always keep it contento.